Oh, here you are, sir. You like being in the minority, do you? Oh, there you are. Welcome. There you go.
What's Luke Spencer stand for?
Well, I'll tell you one thing he doesn't stand for is dishonesty. He's the straightest guy that I've ever met.
What about the issues?
He's got loads of them. Take your pick. What would you like?
I thought you were the poor man's candidate.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, pal. I'll take a vote anywhere I can get it.
That's why you're hustling this part of town?
Oh, no, I'm just here to raise money. I intend to represent the citizens of Port Charles, each one equally from all sides of town. And I'd like to hear what you people have to say.
No kidding.
I wouldn't be here if I was kidding, pal.
What about low-income housing?
Are you buying or selling?
Neither, but I am concerned that it doesn't come out of my pocket.
It won't.
Yeah, we've heard that one before.
Somebody's got to foot the bill.
Somebody will. If I have my way, it'll be Uncle Sam. You see, I have an idea that the most fair thing that could happen in terms of low-cost housing would be the property that the expo is on now. Have it turned into a residential area where almost anybody could afford.
He's handling himself wonderfully, don't you think?
Well, so far.
What are you worried about?
A tough question.
Blackie, where have you been?
Sorry, okay, what do you want me to do?
Here, hand these out.
All right. Luke for Mayor bumper stickers, 2 for 25 cents. Anybody?
Blackie.
I'm just kidding. Come on, put these on your car. Come on. Who's the next mayor for Port Charles? Mr. Luke Spencer. Thank you. Put this on your car.
Okay, now are you ready for an impromptu speech?
That's the only kind I know how to do.
Okay, then this one better be good, okay?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll gather round, Mr. Spencer here will give us some brief remarks and then be ready to field some questions. Luke?
Thank you. I appreciate your all being here to listen to me. You know, there's, I don't know, I guess there's really only one point that I want to make. And that is whether you vote for me or for Lee Baldwin. You better be sure that you're going to vote for somebody that all the people of Port Charles will listen to. He has to lend an ear to everybody's problems. Not just the wealthy, and certainly not just the poor, but all of us. All of us, especially those of us in between. Because I think most of the time we're the ones that get the least attention. Now, I don't know. I think that Lee Baldwin would make a good mayor. It's just that his ideas and mine are a little bit different. And I think that a mayor has to wear many different kinds of hats. He has to be a lot of things to a lot of different people.
What about the Prometheus disc?
Well, I'm not entirely proud of how I handled that situation, and I can tell you that with a clear conscience. Well, at least not proud of how I handled it in the beginning. You see, my motives were primarily selfish then. But I'll tell you one thing, looking back on it, I am glad that I did what I did. I'm glad that I didn't give it back, because if I had, it's very possible that that rocket that we sent up, that the United States sent up, would not have been sent up, certainly not by this country anyway.
Spencer, if you're elected, will you see that Putnam gets what he deserves?
I don't have to wait until I'm elected. Grant Putnam saved my life. As far as I'm concerned, he deserved my thanks, and I already thanked him. That's all right, DL, I'd like to finish. Nobody's denying that Grant was a member of the DVX, but he turned his back on them, and he came over to our side. And as far as I'm concerned, Grant Putnam has redeemed himself, and then some.
All right.
Grant, you have a visitor.
Comrade.
Polly. Hello, Celia.
Oh, I saw you guys. It's so good of you to come by.
How are you feeling?
Better now that we're here.
Are you getting any rest?
A little. It's hard. It seems I'm constantly on edge. If I'm not depressed, I'm angry.
Can't imagine why.
And those reporters swarming all over the place aren't helping any. Are they still down at the gate?
Well, the guards are doing a pretty good job of keeping them at bay. They didn't bother me too much. I think they realize I'm not going to tell them anything.
Well, they're treating me like a celebrity. I've had 3 book offers already.
I'm not surprised.
Can you stay for tea? I'd kind of like some help sorting out the offers.
Not today.
Why not?
I'm here as a messenger.
What? The name I went by doesn't matter. Names are nothing. The heart is all that counts, and I assure you this one is yours, as always. The man who grew to love you so dearly loves you still, now more than ever. I don't expect an answer to this letter. I realize that what we had is gone. Nevertheless, I do want you to know that you remain the most important thing in my life. You always will be. I will love you as long as I live. Grant. Holly, I have to see him. I'll take you there.
Are you absolutely certain?
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. When can we leave?
I'll pick you up at 4.
That is our situation. The deputy commissar here has offered us an exchange. An American named Anderson for you.
You asking for my opinion or telling me to start packing?
Neither. But your countryman here is demanded to be allowed to speak with you. Under the circumstances, we could hardly refuse.
So I see.
I know how relieved you must be to see me. But I understand that patriots can easily become confused in the hands of the enemy. I rushed here as soon as I heard. Rest assured, comrade, I will not let them hurt you.
Now, that's very considerate of you, Yuri. How about yourself?
I? Well, I am here to save you, of course. I don't have to tell you what you face here in these United States. I shudder to think what these gentlemen have in store for you.
I don't...
Look, back in the motherland, as is our custom, we will concert our efforts to rehabilitate you. Here you have no such support. So I put it to you. Would you like to come back with me to your home? Or would you prefer staying here alone and accept the consequences?
Are you through?
For the moment.
Good. Now you listen very carefully. I will never return. Your country and mine are no longer the same.
Now,
I've requested asylum here in the United States, and I pray that they grant it to me. But if they don't, I will do anything but return with you.
Do not know what you are talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Katya and Ivan Chernin will mourn the loss of their son, Andrei.
The Chernins lost their son a long time ago.
Comrade.
I'm sorry for them, Yuri. Sympathy won't change my decision.
Comrade, I suggest you reconsider.
I think you've got his answer.